Hello everybody, welcome to more random thoughts with me. So, today I'm just perusing the internet, not really doing nothing, just trying to, kill some time. And I come across this picture. No, not a picture, it's an article. And it says, the University of Oregon debates removing an MLK quote for not being inclusive enough. I'm like, this is joking. Someone's just fucking with me. They're just trying to troll the internet. Like, no one's trying to remove a quote from Martin Luther King's speech, like, for not being inclusive enough. What are you talking about? They're trying to troll. But I click on a link and I go to a website, and it's Media ITE, and I'm like, no fucking way, this is real. So I'll read it. And it's like the students student leaders at the University of Oregon debate removing a quote from Martin Luther King's speech. From student center arguing that the quote was not inclusive enough for modern understanding of diversity. Now this is the quote they want to remove. I have a dream that may our 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they are not judged by the color of their skin, but by the contents of their character. I have a dream. And they're seriously considering removing it because it's not inclusive enough. Who is it being inclusive to? Who? Who is it not including? Like, what?
My heart dances when fighting.
What?
Why
Who can this not include?
entertain me more?
Like, this is what like fucking all this political correctness, all this political correctness bullshit is. Like, it's people who don't even know where their fucking shit is even coming from. Like, you are going to change a quote from a man who
Did you think mere trees could stop?
I'm not going to say single-handedly, but he was a big fucking part of changing things, changing segregation, changing racism from the way it fucking was to the way it is now. And then you're gonna sit here and say, oh yeah, he wasn't exclusive enough for modern day. No, he fucking created the modern day. If it wasn't for him, half of the fucking people in fucking colleges now wouldn't be there. You probably be in some rundown, shitty community college that gets no funding. You still be drinking from white fountains and black fountains. Like, not inclusive enough. He wanted everybody. He wanted people who were Asian descent, African descent, European descent, fucking,
Have you gone senile, Hashirama?
what, Russian descent? No matter where you came from, no matter what your skin color was, he didn't care. He just wanted everyone to be equal and be able to be treated the same. And that includes both genders. Because regardless, in that time, regardless if you were a black male or a black woman, you got shit on. So, it's not like he said men specifically. It's not like he, stated black people specifically. He stated everybody. He couldn't be more inclusive or whatever the fuck it is than he already was. He couldn't add anyone else. Okay? All this modern agender bullshit, whatever, fuck all that. Alright? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your gender is. It doesn't matter what your skin color is. It just matters what the fuck you do with your life at the end of the goddamn day. So I scrolled down. I scrolled down some. And I was trying to see what they meant by not inclusive enough. So a quote says, diversity is so much more than race, said one sophomore architectural major. Obviously, race will still play a big role, but there are people who identify differently in gender and all sorts of things like that. See, This shit drives me up a goddamn wall.
Take this.
Alright, I read more of it, and it continues to become more and more aggravating to read. Alright, so I'm gonna tackle the whole gender bullshit. Honestly, on job report, on job applications, they ask if you're male or female, or if you choose not to disclose. You can choose not to disclose. You can disclose, not choose to disclose it, and that's it. It doesn't matter. They literally give you a choice not to tell them. So it's not like it matters.
The tailed beast in Susano. I would say we're both plenty warmed up, wouldn't you?
But
Indeed.
they don't have a choice for you not to disclose your race. It's either are you white, black, Asian, Latino, or non-Latino American. You know, they don't have or they have like some kind of other. You know, I guess that's another way of not disclosing, but I don't see that too often. I don't see it too often that they have other. You know. So I'm just trying to figure out why gender has any part of it. It has no part. It has no point. Alright, men can work, women can work. Any fictional gender you've made up in between male and female, guess what? They can get a job because guess what? No one gives a fuck what's between your legs. Like, I don't understand why people can't seem to get that. I don't understand why people can't seem to understand that. I really don't. Like this is the person who's gonna lead our future. This is the person who we expect to create a utopia for us. No, it's just gonna create more problems and more fucking shit. Like it's more. It's like there's people who identify different genders. How, like, I so don't understand it. I don't. Yeah, obviously, race is still a big role, but there are people who identify differently in gender. He wasn't talking about gender. He's talking about as a human being to be treated equally and given the opportunity that every other person gets as a human being. Not as a man, not as a woman, not as a black person, not as an Asian person, not as a white person or a Russian person. It's all as a human being. Single thing. Doesn't matter if you're fucking asexual. It doesn't matter if you're cisgendered or whatever the fuck else you idiots make up for a gender. Does not matter. Who you fuck at the end of the night or who you don't fuck at the end of the night does not matter on whether or not you can do a job.
Keep it together, Hashira.
That's what they don't fucking understand. If it matters who you fuck to do a job, do you fucking think
Not quite.
half the shit in the world when I be done? Okay? A lot, like, back when being gay was really fucking super bad, you know how many fucking politicians were secretly gay? And that shit was held against them? It's like, yeah, we found out you had a gay lover. You better start doing some shit we want or we're gonna expose that shit.
I have more tricks where that came from.
To be honest, most of them were decent politics. They were decent people. Not all of them, but some of them. But if it really depends on who you fuck to get your job done, like if you fucked a dude, but that made you a better politician than the person who fucked a woman, then fine. Alright. Somehow gender and who you choose to have sex with impacts your job. But guess what, it doesn't. There's plenty of people who fuck women in politics and are shitty people. there's a lot of people who are gay, gay politicians and fuck dudes or fuck women that are shitty politics. So who you identify gender-wise and who you decide to have sex with will not dictate how well you do your job or how poorly you do your job. So gender has no fucking point in anything. No fucking point. So I'm done with that. I'm done with that. Now moving on to the next. Now, okay, there was another quote that they were supposed to have removed, or they did remove. Leaders in the quest for a good life for all men. Now, some feminists thought that, or so some feminists suggested that that quote was implicating that Oregon only cares about men. Again, it's not that Oregon only cares about men, or that quote only cares about men. It's given his time and his period in life. Okay, when Martin Luther King was growing up, a man's job was to go out, work, make money to support his family, and pay for the house. Got a car, pay for the car. You know, give his wife the money to get groceries, to get clothes for the kids, get books for the kids so they can learn. So it was a man's job to secure the home and secure his family financially. So that quote makes sense back then. Now today, that quote still makes sense. But when it's not, it's like when you say mankind, it doesn't just include just men. It includes all of humanity, everyone, not just men. But no one attacks that line. All of mankind. No one protests that line. But leaders in the quest for good life for all men. We can't take that as everybody, all of mankind can have a good life. Like that's just more feminist bullshit. Someone looking to be offended, someone looking for a problem in life, and something where there's no problem. People just wanting to be offended, just wanting to be butthurt. That's all it is. And like I'm gonna leave a link in the description to this article if you want to read it yourself. But I just think that shit's stupid. I think people are so fucking stupid in these universities and colleges that their head is so far up their ass that they don't see shit. They think they see everything, but all they see is what they want to see, and they don't see the big picture. It's like if you put fucking binoculars on, and it cuts out a lot of the image, but lets you focus in on what you're trying to see, and that's what they wear. They wear not problem glasses, but problem binoculars, so they can get even closer on the bullshit that they're trying to find. But that's it. I just ran across the article and I just had to talk about it because it was so fucking ridiculous. So I'm gonna end it here. Links in the description. All of you have a fantastic day.
Will it lead them toward? In the next chapter.